Yeah, what are you saying, man?
Good man, how you doing, man?
I'm chilling. What are you saying about soccer?
Nah, today I was just recording a pickup run on my GoPro.
Oh, say a word.
Yeah, I was.
Where'd y'all go?
Went to Monarch Park.
I don't even know. Is that indoor? And is that an indoor
It's
field?
outdoor, kind of out there, but turf pitches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the turf pitches, man? I don't like them.
I don't like them. I never wear cleats on them because when I wear cleats, the pressure on your joints is
Terrible.
crazy.
But
It's
like,
crazy. Yeah.
I don't really have any other footwear for that terrain, and it's like,
Turf shoes. To get turf shoes.
yeah, I'm thinking I might have to do that for the winter because I know the indoor fields are like turf.
Like
Because
it
it's
feels 10 times more different. Like the pressure on your knees is less when you don't wear that. Like especially when you cut turn,
yeah,
it just feels so like rough. It's not good.
bro.
Yeah,
It feels almost agonizing to change direction because
yeah,
like
yeah.
this season is the first like I've played on it so much. Like I've played a tournament, practice games. Might have played 1, 2 games on the turf field. It's yeah, I don't rock with it. Then you dive, bro, and you because I'm playing in goal. When I land, it's like
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
painful.
very painful. Yeah,
It's painful, like I'm diving on concrete or something. Yeah,
you get so many scars, like almost like you're burned. Friction,
yeah,
the friction's bad.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
just overall, I don't like it. It's
no,
not a fun experience.
no.
But Sterling, man, he's
You
in
know,
the house.
I feel good about it. As like if you look at it from a squad perspective, is he an upgrade on Nelson? Yes. Is he have more experience than Nelson? Also yes. And also Arteta doesn't seem to trust Nelson. Like he only brings him last resort on 90th, 80th,
That's
80th
true.
minute. So Sterling does experience. And we know how Chelsea are. The system, the players, they keep constantly buying players, jamming them into the club is not well run. It's worlds apart from Roman's world we used to see with Chelsea, and it's no surprise some players struggle. You know, so what's Arteta done with Havertz, for example? How he's produced now, like one of his best seasons,
Yeah,
like it's incredible. With football he's playing, the finishing, the confidence that I see from this guy. All this guy was in is confidence in a system where he's trusted. And that's why
yeah,
I feel like Sterling needs that, and also when Arteta was at Man City as development coach, many players, especially Sterling, credited him with their development as well. So De Bruyne spoke well about him as well.
true that.
Yeah,
But I suppose that probably says more about Chelsea and where they're at right now. Like
exactly.
the latest big name, if you can still call him that, to go there is Sancho.
Sancho,
And I said this to y'all, was it yesterday or something? I'm like, I
yeah,
can just see like another Havertz like situation with him where
yeah,
they're just gonna struggle to like pinpoint a position for him. Because me personally,
yeah.
I don't think he's better than the 2 or 3, call it inform or first choice wingers right now.
He doesn't have enough
Um,
physical pace to play on the right. That's for certain. So that rules
nah,
him out. And the left, who's he competing with?
Neto,
Neto? Yeah, he's not playing ahead of him. No.
nah. Even all of the, I think all of them have something maybe up on him. You know what I mean? Like Sancho is a very particular kind of player. You know what I mean? He has to have kind of people around him constantly sort of
Do
playing
you
to
see
his
yourself? Do you see
strengths.
yourself cutting off? I think you just cut off a little bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it froze for a minute there. But
Yeah, you say.
what I was saying was with Sancho, he's a very peculiar player.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a certain kind of system, certain kind of players around him. Because as a winger, at least in the Prem, when he went back to Dortmund, he seemed like comfortable going 1v1.
Yeah.
But in the Prem, he doesn't really look like he has it to beat many fullbacks
yeah,
1v1 on a regular basis. So he's more of a combination player. Um, but that then kind of just, I guess, limits his options or his game. Because off the right, I've been saying this like for a minute now, as it in regards to Madueke, because I'm a fan of his. Regardless of the circus going on around Chelsea, I rate him as a baller, and I've been saying it. I think I said it to you, man, maybe 2 seasons ago that I don't know why he doesn't get a chance more often, and it
yeah,
looks like Maresca trusts him, and he's delivering. He's a baller.
yeah,
Him out there, Palmer can play in the 10 now, roam free, do what he wants, and then Neto off the left. I rate Neto higher than Sancho,
yeah,
honestly. Can
100%.
use either foot. He's direct. He can provide assists,
His only
score
problem is
goals.
his only problem is injuries. That's the only thing that's holding him back.
Yeah, but if we can keep him fit, 100% I'm starting him over Sancho.
Yeah. So,
Felix,
so where does Felix even fit in?
as inconsistent as he is, I guess
Yeah.
he has the talent to play across the front three. He can kind of play through the middle, different
I
profile.
think it's like a false nine in my opinion.
Yeah, different profile of striker. Obviously,
Yeah.
he can play off the left, where he probably has more freedom to like run in behind, do his tricks, express himself. But yeah, I don't know where Sancho fits in, but that's not my problem to figure out, I
Yeah.
guess. But we'll see. Wish him luck, but I don't see how he's gonna fare any better than he did at United. To be honest with you,
They got their man United. They got
Ugarte,
yeah, they got him.
Manuel Ugarte, bro. Even his initials, he was made to play for United.
Yeah, MU.
MU, he's made to play for United.
Yeah, yeah. He's forever a legend what he did to DePaul. After
Hmm.
that, as I rated him, I could follow them on Instagram. It's like this guy's a legend.
This one was rumbling on from like the start of the window.
Yeah,
Because the first time I heard rumors of it, I'm like, bro, there's no way this is gonna happen. Because there was interest in him last summer when PSG signed him.
yeah,
I don't know if from United, but there were clubs around just because of like his stats as a ball winner.
yeah.
And PSG dished out 60 M's for him. And I rate him. I don't personally think he had a bad season, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I think the
Uh,
thing is like Luis Enrique is just so particular on how he wants his six to play. He wants him to be. He doesn't want a pure destroyer. He wants someone
yeah.
that's also good with the ball. You know, that's what I think.
I saw he's gone for Neves,
Yeah,
John Neves. But yeah, Ugarte's a baller. So the first time I caught wind of it, I'm like, bro, there's no way PSG are letting him go. And if they do,
yeah,
it's gonna be for an arm and a leg. Like they're gonna fleece United as most teams have done in recent years. But then it's like, oh, he's agreed personal terms. I'm like, well, the player wants to move. That's a plus. And then it starts to pick up more and more traction. And I'm like, this could actually happen. And then it did. And it was just from like maybe last week or 2 weeks back, once the McTominay rumors started to gather momentum, I could see what's happening here. I'm like, all right, they're not gonna announce Ugarte until it's confirmed that McTominay is gone.
yeah,
So you could see every time they made a post or something or some one of their fan pages or something, everyone's like, when's Ugarte coming? Are they gonna announce Ugarte? And I'm watching like I'm certain this deal is already done.
yeah,
But Fulham was interested in McTominay, Napoli was interested in him, and eventually that's where he went. I'm like, once I saw the McTominay announcement from United, I was like, okay, it's just a matter of time. And then like a couple hours later, it's like, welcome Manu Ugarte. I was like, well, there it is.
yeah.
And to be honest with you, I think he'll certainly add energy to the midfield.
Like Casemiro is like a pensioner at this point.
Yeah. Though to be fair to Case, the start of the season he's looked good.
Yeah, yeah,
He's looked fit. He's been. He's been involved in the games. He's active.
I feel like yeah, this. But the thing is, like, if he continues the whole season, he's playing like the whole games.
Yeah,
Eventually, the same is gonna happen. He's gonna tire out.
he's not a full season every week 90 minutes
No,
kind of guy anymore.
yeah.
Which
It
is
was tragic watching him the last part of the season. It was so last season.
I felt bad for him.
That was horrible.
I
The
felt
way
bad for him, especially when he was like,
playing CB, the
yeah,
center back.
that was tough. But with Ugarte there, I don't.
I still remember the Crystal Palace match last season. That remember
Ah, that's when he was
that
getting
was
walked by Olise and them, bro. That one, I don't remember if it was the first or second goal when he went to slide in and it just made him look like a cone, bro.
he just
Man,
kept diving in. I was wondering why is he gonna keep diving
he
in?
kept diving in and getting cooked. What was this? It was like 3-0 or something like that, man. He was getting rinsed in the midfield.
It was like
You'd
a
never,
man that's destined to go to
bro. You would
Saudi.
never believe that this guy used to play for Real Madrid.
I still don't know to that day. I don't know why he was diving in all the time. I was like, what's wrong with this guy?
Legs, man. Towards the end of the season, it's the same thing. He's playing week in, week out, and he just doesn't have that in the tank anymore. So it's like, if this guy goes by me, I know I'm not gonna have the legs to catch him again. So it's
Yeah,
like, I gotta try to stop him here.
yeah,
But they were reading that a mile away. So as soon as he went, they were gone, and he just left there lying, looking homeless and shit. But Ugarte is a bit like this. He will go to ground and he'll dive in, but he does more have the legs to stay on his feet if necessary and like
okay.
do the dirty work kind of. He's not I don't think people should expect a Michael Carrick like midfielder out of
No,
Ugarte. This is
yeah,
someone who is going to I wanna say like bring a bit of Darwin Nunez to the midfield. He's gonna introduce a little bit of chaos without the ball at least. Gonna hunt it down like a wild dog, and then he gets it back. Here you go, Kobe. Here you go, Bruno. You guys go work the magic. When they lose it, he's quick to counter press. He'll go hunt it again. That's his thing.
yeah. I noticed those type of guys. They get injured a lot, like during the end and at the end of their careers, like in their 30s. That's when they feel
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but he's 23. I also didn't know he was that young.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
he
it's
has
23.
time on his side, and as he gets older, hopefully he'll learn to like refine his game more, and he
Yeah.
won't have to put his body on the line so much.
Yeah, so when we see footballers, like we think some of them that even the ones that look average on the ball, the things they do in training is like
Yeah,
unbelievable. So like, yeah,
and in fairness, their average is still like levels
way
above
better
the
than
average.
regular
You know
people.
what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
yeah, but I think it's a good signing for United.
yeah,
I felt like they should have gone for a left back as well, just because Shaw is always injured.
yeah,
Malacia, thank God he's alive because it was touch and go for a minute there. I wasn't sure. And Dallo is a capable fullback. I don't know how many people know this, but at the time when United signed Dallo,
yeah,
he was not just one of the best like young right backs. He's just one of the best fullbacks in Europe. Period. Because he played right or left for Porto
yeah,
in League and Champions League.
yeah,
So it's not unfamiliar to him, and he can do just about anything Ten Hag needs.
yeah,
He's quick enough to overlap, smart enough to tuck into midfield. He actually has a left foot. It's not his preferred, but he can use it. You give him time and space. He can whip in some crosses from the left. It's just that, you know, there's no one in there to receive them right now. So I think a left back would have been a wise investment. But Shaw is also like 30 or something like that. So his
yeah.
injury
I guess that's
record,
why they signed Mazraoui. They can also play both sides. I guess
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he's been a good signing so far.
yeah, looks solid.
Yeah.
Who
I still don't
else? Liverpool.
understand. I still don't understand Ten Hag subbing like his centre backs at the 80th minute. Like, how does that even make sense? I don't know.
You know,
Yeah,
because it's always the same change, Maguire for Delict. I genuinely think he's just trying to get Delict up to like match fitness so he can start like starting him.
Yeah, but the thing
But
is, you
the
can't get
timing
players.
of it,
Like the thing is, like that's what under 21s are for. For example, you give the guy
yeah,
60, 70 minutes, build up his fitness. You don't give him 10 minutes. That's not gonna do anything for him.
yeah, it's more so the timing of the substitutions too, because I feel like he's making it at a time when they're kind of under pressure.
And then Brighton, score a winner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then it's kind of alters the shape a bit, the
yeah,
structure of the team throws things out the whack. Because to be fair to him, I can't say Delict himself did much wrong once he came on. I think he actually put out a couple fires that could have turned into dangerous situations.
yeah.
But I don't
I
think
think
this
it'll prove good.
experiment
Yeah,
will last much longer. I think it's Maguire is starting now because he's played all the preseason games. So, from that point of view, it makes sense. I think it's just a matter of time before Delict replaces him in the starting 11, though. And then you won't see so much changes in the back line. I think it'll just be those four: Mazraoui, Delict, Martinez, Dallo in front of Onana.
yeah,
And then in time, I think you'll see maybe in the beginning this thing with like Casemiro being subbed for Ugarte. And then in time, Ugarte will probably take his position.
yeah,
But we'll see. I
yeah,
don't know if they registered him in time to play tomorrow. I doubt it, but
yeah.
we'll see.
It's crazy
And
to me that Mason now wears the number 7 for United. That's still a
it
jersey.
doesn't look right on him,
No, it doesn't.
to be honest with you. It just doesn't look right. And Liverpool finally got a signing, and what a signing. Listen, regardless of what anyone thinks, Chiesa for, what was it, 15 M's?
15
That
million
is a
euros.
bargain.
It is a bargain. Yeah.
That's a bargain in any window. Because how is he's young, not that old. He's
He's
at
25, 26.
so entering his prime, not even
Yeah,
really in his prime, entering his prime. He's shown what he can do on the international stage in Italy. He can play off either wing. This guy's a baller, man. He's a good rotational option for Salah,
yeah,
so they don't have to run him into the ground or like Diaz on the left, because he can pace. Um, he can get goals. He can provide assists. He has a bit of trickery about him. Something a little different to the attack.
yeah.
I think that's great business. I think that's a steal. Kind of surprised Mata didn't want him at Juventus, but hey, to each their own.
I feel like the management told him to cut him though. I feel like that's what they told him to do.
Probably.
Yeah,
But to be fair to Mata, Juventus are flying right now. So
yeah. Everyone's mocking him in preseason because they're losing games. They didn't realize he was trying systems.
in preseason,
Yeah, yeah,
people read way too much into preseason
yeah. They
games.
do.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because from what I've seen of them, Serie A, the two games so far against Como and I don't remember the other one.
Atletico Madrid.
Nah, Serie A.
Ooh, I'm
I'm
saying
talking about
the.
Juventus.
Oh, if we're talking about preseason. Oh, okay.
Oh nah.
Okay.
Since the start of the season,
Yeah, yeah.
they played Como at home, played another team. I don't remember who they played, but it was away, like midweek or something. And like they create so many chances, and like a lot of their attacking play either ends up in like a shot or a goal. They hit the post a lot of times. They hit the crossbar. They're like they're flowing, and Vlahovic looks like he's enjoying it, bro. He's been
Getting
playing
freed from the
under
shackles
these.
of Allegri,
He's been
the
playing under
terrorist.
the terrorist regime for so long. He's getting so many chances now. He's
Mm.
the game against Como. That's probably the most shots I've seen him take in a game. Brighton, I gotta say, they look good under the new coach. They look a little different to his Irby.
Yeah, they got
I
lucky
feel,
today. They got lucky today, but in general, yeah, they're pretty good.
yeah, that incident. My initial reaction was like, Rice was stupid for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
But like,
It's the inconsistency of the
yeah, in the
implementation. Like,
context of the game, like the incident with João Pedro in the first half in front on the sidelines there, that was way more egregious than what Rice did. 'Cause he
the thing is that
booted the
that free
ball
kick,
like half the length of the
because the thing is,
pitch.
even that free kick that Veltman he rolled the ball was still moving. So even if Rice was not in the way, the referee still would have called that back,
Yeah,
regardless. You're
I
just
don't
looking
know,
to
man.
yeah, it
Yeah,
just not even that contest of the game. Like every 50-50, Partey one foul, yellow card. Brighton players several fouls on Saka, nothing. It was insane to me the way the referee was refereeing the game. It was clearly biased, but it's what it is, man. And the guy, the Brighton guy, said, "Oh, it's not the same situation." I was like, let him rage." I feel like he's a kid, man. He's a 31-year-old kid. I feel like.
to be fair, as much as like
Do you know who he
I,
looks like? He looks like the human embodiment of Shrek. You know, if Shrek was human, he looked like that coach,
I
the
don't
human
know,
version.
man. Over the course of the game, though,
Yeah,
I think both teams had at least one chance to kill it. In
yeah.
the first half, early on, it felt like Arsenal were like they had them where they wanted them.
Red card
Saka
killed us. Red card killed
Saka
us.
had that left back, Hinshelwood. Saka had
Yeah,
him on toast,
yeah,
twisting him, turning him, bodying him. He's getting. Yeah, I know he would have had nightmares about that performance. But then,
yeah,
like, they never capitalized on it, and then eventually Havertz did. But
yeah,
even outside of that, I can't recall too many clear cut chances from the first half.
yeah. It's the same thing that happened against Aston Villa, but once we get those chances and trying to gain control of the game,
Yeah,
like that's how we move, even against the run of play. But the red card it completely killed the game for us. And I feel like
and
immediately after the red card, Trossard should have been the first guy subbed immediately because he wasn't having an effect. I feel like if we made a Calafiori change earlier, maybe we could have still hung on to the 3 points, but it is what it is.
there's something about Trossard that he doesn't quite click when he starts. Off the bench, impact is
I feel like
there.
he
It's
needs
clear for all
momentum.
to see.
He needs
Yeah,
momentum. Like even last season, to get going, I feel like he when he was starting a lot of games, he was scoring a lot of games too. But I think
hmm
feel like he just needs momentum. He needs more. I think today's game was not for him to be honest.
yeah. Probably probably
Mm,
needed a Martinelli who was more inclined to run in behind, playing
mm.
against the high line like that.
I'm just worried
You know,
for the after international break because Mourinho has this shoulder fracture, which should take six to
yeah.
8 weeks, and Declan Rice is suspended for North London Derby. So it's looking very bleak right now because
Thin
we have to.
midfield, bro. Jorginho, Partey, and Odegaard.
Even if you watch Partey today, how many errors was that guy making, man? How many errors was he making? For some reason, against when you with 10 men, he started to play better, which is like to me, like how does that even make sense?
He's an interesting baller,
Yeah,
Partey. We like when he's on, he's on. He's probably one of the best in the league.
his press
But
resistance and everything is like I think he's the
yeah,
best in the league when he's on form, even better than Rodri. Because when he plays out of pressure, I don't think anyone can match in the Premier League. The way he just glides, like honestly, I think that aspect I don't think anyone can match that when he's on form.
yeah. Thinking of the other number sixes, I
Because
have
the
to
way he gets
agree.
out of tight spaces, like
Yeah,
I struggle to see anyone else that does that.
he has a unique ability to just drop a shoulder or take a slick touch into space, and it's like because it always seems to happen where he receives the ball and there's almost always like two converging on him or something like this,
Yeah,
and he always manages to take a touch into the right space and then just a quick acceleration, and he beats the first line of the pressure and Arsenal are out. So
yeah,
in that regard, as far as beating the press, I'm
yeah,
struggling to think of the number sixes in the Premier League right now. Many
yeah.
who are better than him. I think Onana could be
Could
or
be
could grow to be.
potential.
Uh, I rate him highly
Yeah,
as
that's a
well.
that's a terrific signing for Villa. I think that's a real good signing.
Brilliant business, and they got him fairly early too.
Yeah.
I'm glad personally. I'm glad he got out of like the mess that is Everton.
So,
It just felt like he deserved more.
yeah,
And he's balling at Villa. They look good. I think even the loss against Arsenal was it last week.
yeah, yeah,
I feel like even that was unfortunate
yeah. I was
because
unlucky.
like Watkins missing the wide open goal and they created other chances here and there. And I think they've been hit with a couple of injuries as well.
With Matty
Yeah,
Cash. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Gavin Rogers is walking through you man's midfield, son.
I think Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers.
Morgan Rogers, my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, it's
It
almost
was. It
like
was.
reminds me of Musa Dembele from
Yeah.
Spurs. Get it on the turn, drop a
Yeah.
shoulder, it was gone. It's
I feel
weaving
like
through the
I think
midfield.
the thing that he has over Musa Dembele is a little is an injection of pace, right?
I
It's
feel
most
like Dembele was deceptively quick
deceptively, yeah, probably.
because once he
No,
beat you, I very rarely saw like
can get caught
anyone
up.
catch
Yeah,
up to him again. Like once he beat you, he's gone.
no,
But yeah, there were very few, if any, transfers this window, at least in the Prem, that really like,
apart from Chelsea.
yeah, yeah. But you know what I mean?
They sold
Nothing
hotels to boost the FFP, but luckily,
crazy.
it doesn't count for UEFA standards. It only works in the Premier League. So,
But even that is like
but think about it.
no
They give
signings, that
yeah.
no signings that'll really get you off your seat.
You
Like,
know what's crazy though? They gave us Sterling. Basically, they reduced his Arsenal agreed with Sterling and Chelsea that to reduce his wage, and we pay
hmm
less than 50% of his loan, and we don't of his wages, and we don't pay a loan fee. So we completely
crazy.
rinsed them. They literally helped us.
Can't be mad at that.
So I'm saying it's risk free.
Yeah, but like I'm trying to think as far as like marquee signings across the Prem.
No,
It's mostly like
it's mostly La Liga that's
defenders and
making the marquee
midfielders.
signings like Alvarez, Mbappe.
Yeah, in
They've been
terms of
making good
like
signings.
star talent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? In the Prem, it's like,
even low key James Rodriguez that Raya Valcano.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. I might
yeah,
catch a couple of their games.
yeah,
But yeah, in the Prem, it's mostly just been like defensive and midfield signings. Like,
yeah.
what was the biggest signing of the summer in the Prem? Probably Calafiori.
Yeah, Carlos for you for sure. Yeah, and Marino to some degree.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
terms of like, Euro winner and the fee and so on.
yeah.
I'd I'd
Neto.
argue, yeah, Neto's a good buy. Okay, that's the one. Neto's a good
Yeah,
buy. Marino, the fee, I'd argue that's a good fee. This
yeah.
is like 30 something
Luckily,
million
it's last
pounds.
year of his contract because otherwise,
Oh
see that
yeah,
would demand way more
yeah,
for
for
that.
sure.
Zubimendi deciding to stay.
Yeah, another holding
Liverpool
midfielder
turning into
rejects
rejection
Liverpool.
FC. Yeah,
Liverpool just like they don't have that pull, man. They don't have the
yeah.
aura. How many
I
midfielders
think
have
because they're
rejected them
cheap.
now?
I think they're cheap owners, man. Honestly, that's what holding them back. Honestly, that's what's holding them back.
I guess.
Because they don't. I don't know. Like the owners is just at first they help, but like I don't know. Like it's kind of stagnant now. The way they operate in the club, eventually it's gonna hurt the club moving forward. Like if you don't make investments.
Even the Chiesa deal, it's just like kind of luck of the draw.
Yeah,
It just happened to be that like Motta didn't want him, so Juventus were just kind of trying to get rid of him by any means.
yeah,
Under different circumstances, Juventus probably demand in around 50, 60 million for Chiesa, and I
yeah,
don't see Liverpool paying that.
yeah. Also, I think because the renewal of the contract, I think his contract ends next year
Yeah,
or something. So and apparently, according to Queza, they didn't offer him a contract. So the manager's purposely trying to get rid of him.
yeah.
Apparently,
I
I don't
think
know.
it was like a
They make
similar
us.
situation to Sterling at Chelsea. Like Motta made it clear that he wasn't a part of his plans. He might have said so in a press conference actually.
Mm,
That it was like at least three of them, but he was like the main name. that is like your days here are kind of numbered. But it's funny because that Mata going to Juve from Bologna, I think almost kind of killed Juve's chances of getting Calafiori
Yeah,
because I don't think Bologna were entirely pleased with how the deal worked out or kind of just like their coach being poached and stuff like that.
yeah.
So they were reluctant to further bolster Juventus. They didn't really want to do business with them.
Anyways, the glimpses I've seen of Calafiori, I'm really impressed with him. I really
Yeah,
like
it
him
looks
as a
good.
player. He's a good player.
The big one tomorrow.
Liverpool United.
Yeah. How do you think that's gonna go, man? Like
Who's at home? I think
United,
Man
it's at
United,
Old
United at
Trafford.
home.
Yeah.
In these big
Interesting.
games, yeah, in these big games, even last season they show up.
That's true.
So
But it's
the
United,
personnel they
man.
have, the personnel is, uh, I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, Slot got these boys playing really well, so it'd be really difficult to say. The way they play, they don't play the same way as Klopp. They play these fast, like short passes
Yeah.
to break the lines. They're not as like they're more in control,
That's why
right?
he has Gravenberg playing as the six.
Yeah, and he's
So he
playing well in
has
that
like
position.
he has three footballers in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Gravenberg, Soboslai, and
And I feel
McAllister
like
is
that side of play will lessen injuries as well, because I feel like the way the club demands his players to play will eventually run his teams ragged. Even his
yeah,
last season at Dortmund, they were almost relegated. So, and then they survived. But yeah,
kind of
let me
burn
see.
out towards the end.
Yeah,
Yeah, Klopp for that reason, similar to Bielsa, he might be suited to international management actually.
yeah,
So that could be if and when he returns, that could be where he goes next. But
yeah. You're saying?
yeah, I think the international stage might be next for him
Yeah,
whenever he decides to return.
yeah,
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 it was even like deadline day. As far as transfer deadline days go, this was underwhelming,
yeah. 100%. Yeah,
unimpressive.
it was not.
Yeah,
The Chelsea delegation expect Oshiman, this brother works so hard, selling stuff on the streets to make us a footballer, to take a pay cut to join their team. Like the delegation of Chelsea are like a joke number. Why are they
I don't
expecting to
know,
take this
man.
guy take a pay cut?
And in all honesty, though, if
But
you
he
really,
should
if
fire his agent. Honestly, like the way he's gone now, now they banish him out the squad. They gave that number 9 to Lukaku. Like why would you want to deter your relationship so bad because you hate the owner? The owner is also dumb because last year they could have got a fee for him, but he rejected that fee. He wanted more money for him. So potentially now that he's out the squad, like January, he's gonna be even worth less money. It's just the way this guy's operating the club, and let's not get it like even the way he treats Spalletti. Because Spalletti, he left because he expected the owner to give him like a wage rise because of this Scudetto
yeah,
season, and the owner didn't do anything. Like he has a 4-year contract, he has to stay. So that's when he resigned. Like the owner, he's like he treats players like crap. But I don't know. Like he helped
I don't
Napoli out
know.
of ruins, but like because obviously they were back in the day, but still like
His
he's a bit
methods, his
yeah
methods are. It
intriguing.
depends on the player. Like
Yeah,
with the Fabian Ruiz situation, where it was like he was kind of forcing the move and whatnot, and then maybe when it kind of seemed like it wouldn't work out, like he tried to, I don't know, weasel his way in or whatever.
yeah,
But he said he wanted to go. He doesn't want to be a part of the project. He wants to go to PSG.
yeah,
So in that sense, it kind of worked out. It's like, all right, well, if you're not committed, then we don't want you here.
yeah,
So and eventually, lucky for him, PSG came and got him.
yeah.
But
Even PSG fans are frustrated with him because his form is not the same like he's in Spain. But yeah, I don't know. He doesn't look the same. He looks way more smooth when he plays for De La Fuente.
that might be just the Luis Enrique thing
Yeah, probably.
because it was similar when Enrique was manager of Spain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like the Saudi move was on the table, but clearly he still feels he has something to offer in Europe, so he turned that down. PSG were not gonna meet. Surprisingly, we're not gonna meet Napoli's asking price. I think last year they offered like 150, 160, or something like this for him, and this year they offered like half that.
That's
Uh,
still a good deal. Even half is a good deal.
Chelsea might have paid the fee to be honest, but the personal terms,
No.
where whatever, I don't know where the disparity was, but I don't know. If I'm in his shoes, depending on the wage cut, because if they're offering him like something drastic or outrageous, you probably understand it. But we don't. That's the thing. We're not in these meetings. We don't know the real numbers.
Yeah.
But if I'm in his shoes and it's either take a lower wage and go Chelsea and play, or stay in Napoli where I won't play at all and just have no football for at least 6 months, I'm taking the wage cut and going to Chelsea. They didn't even give his number to Lukaku. It's Raspadori wearing his number 9, I think. Lukaku has the 11.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But he's isolated right now. What's he gonna do? In 6 months he's gonna be worth even less.
Yeah.
And if he thinks people aren't paying what he wants now, you haven't played for half a season. You think people are gonna give you that same wage then? Ain't
Yeah.
no way. So he's probably gonna have to take an even bigger wage cut just to get employed.
Yeah. I'm looking at the numbers. Ivan Tony, I think he's earning like 36K a week at Brentford.
Hmm.
Only 36K. So like, it's, I think because it's down to him because he didn't sign a new contract at Brentford because he wanted big moves to big clubs, so he didn't want that to be vented. So all this time he was earning one of the lowest wages. So now it's the Saudi they offered him like 300 something thousand a week.
Yeah,
So that's almost 10 times what he's earning. So
he
it's
was
a
at the
bit,
G Tech today too, watching them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a thing. The thing is, what I don't like about Saudi League, I see a lot of stadiums are empty. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It doesn't feel atmosphere is not there, bro. I just don't feel like it's the maybe the big games like Al Nasser versus Al Hilal. I've seen the atmosphere
Maybe.
is pretty good, but like when it comes to like regular league games, like it's just like whatever soulless.
Yeah, I don't watch
No,
the league at
I stopped
all,
watching.
to
I
be
stopped
honest.
watching. I stopped watching.
But
Yeah,
every now and again, I'll see like highlights from some games or whatever, and like
bro.
in
I
the
swear.
stands, it looks a little bit scarce.
Yeah,
You know what I
I,
mean?
s- I swear the people that organize that league are Messi fans, bro. I'm not even kidding. They put Ronaldo as the face of the league. Well, they have Al Hilal signing all these top players, so Ronaldo will never have a chance to win. And they wanted to hire and they wanted to give to buy Messi to play in Al Hilal. They literally won all these trophies without Neymar being injured, and now they add more guys. Like what is going on? How's this league gonna be even become competitive? All you're gonna see is Ronaldo rage and be angry, and he says like I'm a Ronaldo fan, right? But he says I want to retire with dignity. This is not dignity, my guy. I'm sorry, but this is not.
He said in the interview with Rio he wants to hit 1,000 goals.
Yeah,
I think he's on what,
I
close to
think almost
900.
900,
Yeah,
almost nine
close to
hundred.
900.
It's eight ninety
So
nine. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think he'll probably just
do
try
it.
to go for as long as it takes him to hit that,
Yeah,
and then just call it time. I
yeah.
don't.
It's an
I
achievement for
mean,
sure. Yeah, it's an achievement for
yeah.
sure.
What
Like
else does he have to prove?
nothing.
To be honest, you put like social
But
media fan talk aside,
I just
like
don't like the fact that he's raging and just being mad. It's just like, bro, like take it easy, man.
yeah, but that's just him.
This is him.
He's been raging for 20 years. That's just
Yeah,
him. I don't
yeah.
think you might have been.
I
You,
admire the
yeah,
competitivity.
you
Yeah,
competitiveness. Yeah,
yeah,
you'd have better luck trying to get this habit out of him at like 25 or something. He's 40.
yeah,
This is him. He's like this. He's not gonna change.
yeah,
It's funny. It was is I watched the first part of his interview with Rio Ferdinand, and he was saying his son is just like him. Like
Yeah.
he'll beat his son Cristiano Junior. He'll beat him at table tennis, and his son won't talk to him for 2 3 days. So like
Yeah.
it's just him, and it started to trickle down.
I want to see how good this guy at table tennis. He probably. I want to
I'm
see how good
saying
this game. Yeah. I want to
there's
hear
a lot of
stories.
stories about him in table tennis still,
Yeah.
but he's just a competitive guy. He
Yeah.
was like, bro, my kids, my wife, all that, nobody with nothing, man. It's like just a ruthless mentality across the board,
Yeah.
which I guess is why he is where he is.
For sure. For sure.
But yeah, the leagues are back, football's back. I've enjoyed like kind of dipping into the French league, the Italian league. I wanted to watch Sporting versus Benfica today, but I got caught up in the drama in Parma v Napoli.
Yeah.
I think Sporting won that at home 2-0.
It remains
That
to be
that
seen how long they keep Ruben Amarin in
this
that.
bro, him and Gyökeres, the striker,
Yeah.
those two, it's a matter of time before someone's come calling. Because I
Yeah.
think Gyökeres has started the season firing again,
Yeah.
and they are currently defending champions.
Because usually, I
And
like they're like top three, but I never seen them actually win the league. You know what I mean? But under
oh
Amarin, Sporting. But
yeah,
under Amarin, they changed that
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Supposedly.
think
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time, but because of where he's brought them, and like even now the defending champions and stuff, the players that they have, Gyökeres, Marcos Edwards, these kind of players, I think he'll be allowed to leave on his own terms. So it's like whenever he feels he get it's time or he gets the right offer, and he's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, he'll go.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like it'll be a domino effect, maybe. Because when he goes, then maybe Gyökeres will go too. Like maybe they'll find it harder to keep a hold of some of the big hitters if they're
Yeah.
not certain the transition will yield success.
Yeah.
Because I rate Gyökeres. I thought Arsenal would go in for him.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
there was I heard like certain fans was talking to even like one of the linesmen from my league like last week or something or the week before,
Yeah.
and he was talking about he's an older guy.
Yeah.
He's like, Arsenal are gonna win the league, bro. I'm like, no, you're not. He's like, bro, we'll go sign Vlahovic, and we're good. We'll win the league. I'm like,
Vlahovic,
all
bro. Come
right,
on.
bro.
This
But
is one. Yeah.
he's not the only one I've heard say that regarding Vlahovic. But I maintain that Gyökeres might be a cheaper, maybe cheaper. I don't know for sure,
So
but he
they,
might
they
be a
only they only want they
cheaper.
don't want to negotiate. They only want the teams to pay 100 million release clause. So it's gonna be difficult for any club. That's their position. They're not like eager to sell.
Was Sporting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. That's the only reason. If they were like, let's say we need to sell Gokeres for like 60, 70 mil, a lot of teams would be in for him. But like 100 mil right now, it's a lot of money. Could be worth it,
Yeah.
probably, but it depends how
He
desperate the team is.
honestly, he's a good player.
Yeah.
I don't watch much of the Portuguese league, but I've watched him one or two occasions. I think he was solid in the cup final. Was it towards the end of last season when they lost to Porto? He started the league season in good goal scoring form.
Yeah.
His all around play looks good, and he can finish.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really see him to me like a system player.
Yeah.
Just a striker. You give him chances, he'll score, and he can hold up the ball. He can run in behind. Yeah, I don't know how old he is. I think he's below 25.
Yeah.
So I think his move will come. I could see him playing in the Prem.
He actually was at Brighton, but he never got chances.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's 26.
26. Yeah, he's probably entering his prime now.
Yeah.
It means if he keeps scoring, that fee is only going to get higher. But
Oh, that has a release clause. So the release clause can't really go higher unless he signs a new contract and implement a new one.
what's
So
his release clause?
I think it's 100 million.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, don't spend that. No one's paying that.
No, no one
But
is.
he is good.
Oh, sorry, 85 million pounds, which is 100 million euros. So yeah, it's
Yeah, no one's
basically
paying that.
no.
But we say that now, but it's not like there's a large pool of elite goal scoring number nines in the market right now.
I thought PSG were desperate after the Gonzalo Ramos injury, but they were not. They were not.
Say
Like I thought
again?
they go. I thought PSG would be like desperate after the Gonzalo Ramos injury,
Yeah,
but they didn't make any moves. I don't think they made a
that's a
move.
shout.
Yeah,
Because who leads their line now? It's just Kolo.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
And he's not exactly a lethal striker.
Yeah,
So I feel like it'll be an interesting season
for
across the
sure.
leagues.
I hate Holland so much. I will, but
Another day, another
and I keep leaving out my FPL team. One idiot am I?
man. You know what? It's crazy because I was like looking at the previews and stuff yesterday, and I was like, watch him go score another hat trick again, and then he goes and
It's
does it.
actually the ground. It's the ground where he made his debut. I remember he made his debut at the Hammer Stadium. He
Hmm.
scored. I think he scored 2 goals in his debut. He loves
Yeah,
scoring. Scoring.
and like the goals, man, he's so like detached from the play. It's like the rest of the team are playing football, and he is just a completely separate entity from the rest of the team. Like the second goal, crazy. Just a touch out of his feet, bang into the roof of the net. The
Oh,
third
insane.
goal, he's like
I stopped
acres
watching after he scored the
offside.
second goal. I watched it. I watched it. I was hoping West Ham could do something, but after the second goal, I was like, nah, they're not doing
Yeah.
nothing. They're not
The
stopping
first
this guy.
goal, I don't even remember if he took a touch. I think Bernardo won it back, played it through, and it was literally the exact same as his first. I think it was his first goal in the league against them
Yeah,
in that same stadium. Where like he goes through and just kind of like opens his body up, left foot
that
places
was
it in
that.
the
Yeah, that was his
yeah,
first ever goal.
same thing. Just different setup this time. Instead of like Gundo playing him through from like halfway, he's already outside the 18 when Bernardo pinches it, plays him through, just like moves his body around it, side foot into the corner. Second one, touch, bang into the roof.
Best finisher
Third,
in the world.
acres offside, and then just like quickly drops into the line and he's gone. And they play
And
him
that's
through.
we
He's
just
1v1. He's inevitable.
yeah, yeah. We just have to hope for the city charges just to come through, man.
I'm saying, bro, please. 115, just let like five of them stick or something, bro. Like at this rate, they're just gonna walk the league again. He's gonna. They pulled up the chart afterwards for like the most hat tricks and stuff, and it's like the top of the list is Aguero, 12 Premier League hat tricks, but he did
Yeah,
that in like 200 and something games. And then there's like all these other big names,
yeah,
11 hat tricks, 10 hat tricks, etc. Everyone, their games is in triple digits. This
yeah.
guy has played 69 games. He has 8 hat
The good news is the hearing on the charges is on September 16th. So it's a pretty close by.
Mm.
It's pretty close by.
Well, as haters, we can only hope for the best.
Yeah, that's the only hope. Because they got Gundogan again, and we know how the end of the season Gundogan is.
Oh man, once it hits March, it's over. It's over, bro. Once
This
it
guy
hit March, it's
just goes on
over.
a scoring run and just destroys teams.
I gotta say as well,
Yeah,
the start to the season, shout out Kovacic, man. I can't say Rodri has been missed.
no. Yeah.
He's just like taking the role and is like, okay, no Rodri, no problem. I'll win the ball
Chelsea just
back.
strengthening teams around them. Like I don't feel like what are these guys doing, man?
He's like, I'll win the ball back. I'll dictate the play, spray it around. I'll bag a goal here and there,
He just looks fitter.
Yeah. And like, I know he can play the role because I've seen him do it at Madrid. Zidane used to use him as a six all the time. So I know he can do it. And at Chelsea, it was a
Like
similar role,
eight.
but he's
Yeah.
often in a double pivot. So he's more like an eight. He has more freedom to go.
Yeah.
But I know he can play the role as a six. So seeing him do it again is like kind of roll back memories of like him doing it against like Barcelona and stuff like this. And it's like he looks like the Kovacic I remember. And
Yeah.
I'm like, brother, if they're playing like this, and
Early in the
then
season.
because usually they're slow starters, and then
Yeah.
they kind of pick up momentum, and then once they click into form, they steamroll everyone.
Yeah.
But if they're starting like this, and then they're gonna add Rodri back to the starting 11, and add Foden back to, come on, man, like life ain't fair. What are we
Yeah.
doing? What's your top four prediction?
Arsenal number one at home.
Shit. Honestly,
I've,
before you continue,
yeah.
honestly, bias aside,
Yeah.
you think they can do it this year?
I think because we got because okay, let's say the first time we challenged 22-23, right? And no one expected us to. I thought
Mm-hmm.
we were very experienced as a team and we faltered the last hurdle. I think the second season we were like until the end. The team struggled until the end, and I feel like the mentality um, was stronger as a unit. And I feel like this year, if we can build on that, I don't see why not. We can win on that. So that's what I'm saying. We can. Like
Do you think the
it's a 50.
mentality is there now to take you over the line? Because it
I
last
think
season it was like at the final hurdle.
I think it is. I think it is. We're certainly much more closer.
Yeah.
I can see us. I think we can do it. Now we added like a couple of additions that
Mm.
actually improved the team, like Marino and Calafiori. So yeah, I think we
I
can. And
think winning.
also yeah,
I'm gonna let you continue, but I think that win away against Villa that had to be a big psychological boost.
it
Because
had
if
to
they
be
if they won either of the game against Villa last year, they would have won the league.
100%. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was Villa away is one of the toughest games you can visit as a big team. But yeah, like I said, I won't be surprised if Man City win the league either. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying Liverpool look good too, but still on the slot they're like unknown quantity. They haven't faced like big opponents yet. They'll to be a test on Sunday, so we'll see for sure. So I'm saying second Man City, third I think third Liverpool, fourth that's a tough one.
That's
There's
the
a
big
bunch that
question.
there's
That's the big question.
good teams out there. I don't trust Ten Hag. I can't say Man United fourth. I just don't think he's. I don't think that man's cut out.
Fair.
So it's either a toss up between Chelsea and Tottenham.
Mm.
I feel like Newcastle is so and so. They're not
Yeah.
convincing me.
Yeah.
They're not convincing me.
Might scrape into Europe, but I don't see them getting top
I
four
think
this
because
year.
of the European football that Villa play, I don't think they'll make top four.
Yeah.
So I think it's either Spurs or Chelsea. And
Chelsea is
yeah,
a surprising but good shout
yeah,
because I don't remember who said this in an interview I was watching, but now at the start of the season is probably the best time to play Chelsea
yeah.
because I feel like
Honestly, a
as they
defensive,
start
yeah,
to
yeah.
gather momentum and like Maresca's ideas start to click, Stamford Bridge might be an increasingly difficult place to visit as the season goes on.
Honestly, my opinion on Chelsea is that unless they sort our defense out, they can never challenge for the league. But
True.
it's good enough to challenge for top four. So I think
Hmm.
with guys like Palmer and Madueke, I could see them getting fourth. I really could. Because with Spurs, I feel like they didn't necessarily strengthen correctly. I don't know.
Mm.
I just don't think it's.
They only signed like Solanke and a couple of kids.
Yeah, I don't think they have a good six, to be honest.
You all right,
Like,
Bisoma?
we don't. I don't rate that gas inhaling merchant, but
That's crazy. What a thing to get suspended for, eh?
it's illegal in the UK too. Now they changed the law.
What are people doing? Well,
Too much money, too much time, I guess.
the club fancies him. They let Hoybier go, and
Yeah,
they brought in young Archie Gray, who is a
yeah.
child.
Oh, they sold all of a skip too to Leicester.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think again, toss up between City and Arsenal. I just feel like City will nudge it in the end. I
Yeah.
think it'll be close,
Let's see
maybe
what they
by like
say in the hearing, but that's some that's not yet.
yeah,
That's what.
yeah. We'll see. But I feel like there's a year where it's like Liverpool had 98 points and City had
Oh,
99,
that
something
was
like this.
incredible.
I think it would be City one, Arsenal two, but
Imagine we lose the
close
season.
like
Imagine we
this.
lose the title by 2 points, and we look back at this Brighton game by Chris Kavanagh. This guy.
That'd be tough. But I could see that happening. Liverpool third. I still feel Villa have a sneaky shout just because of Emery. I feel like he can
Yeah,
find solutions, and they've added well.
yeah,
They recruited well. We'll see. I know, man. Fourth is a tough one.
yeah,
I agree with Spurs in terms of I don't know if they reinforced enough, so they might falter towards the end. I think it'll come down to Chelsea and United again, to be
yeah.
honest, or Villa. Any one of those
I
three,
just don't
it could
rate
go
Ten
either way.
Hag. To be honest, do you rate Ten Hag? I don't rate him. To be honest.
I can see things in his approach that I like. With a proper structure around him now, let's see what he does.
Yeah, there's
Because
no excuses anymore.
yeah, his first season, I think he performed a miracle. Second season, they didn't. It was a shit show. He tried a thing. They were way too exposed. It's funny when he signed Mount. I knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
As soon as I saw the Mount signing confirmed, I was like, everyone's talking about, oh, how's he gonna play with Bruno or whatever. I'm like, this guy wasn't signed for Bruno. This guy was signed to replace Ericsson because he wants someone more mobile to play that role.
yeah,
And that's exactly what he did. Played him high with Bruno. Casemiro was exposed, and that plan went to shit, and they never recovered.
yeah,
I think he learned from that. Now he has a proper structure in place. There's a footballing team making decisions. So I don't know if I'd say he doesn't have any excuses because who knows what the future holds. I don't know if there was a point in the season last year where he had a fully fit squad. That could very well happen again. He could
yeah,
hit January and suddenly Martinez is gone, Delict is gone, Ugarte is gone, Bruno's gone.
yeah,
Anything can happen. But I think he has better tools around him now. So I think this season will be probably a more accurate reflection of what he wants from them and what he can do with them given time.
yeah,
Um, I have faith in him, honestly, because he's shown that he can. Even last season, at times in the big games,
yeah,
he's shown that he can put a plan together. He can set up a team to win games, and even take him from his first season as well. So I think there's reason to trust him if you're a United fan. But we'll see.
let's see for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, man, we're gonna leave it right there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Been a good
trans
episode.
yeah, transfer windows closed. It was pretty dead. No, I gotta be
If we
honest.
were La Liga fans, it would be exciting. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
you
even
are a Liga
so,
fan, yeah.
yeah, and even so, it was like the Mbappe thing. You saw that coming like a mile away.
The team I've been most impressed by their business is at Atletico. I think they've
Yeah,
done pretty well.
I think they bought players that fit and players that can like help take them
Gallagher
to
is
another
so
level.
Simeone.
Yeah,
Gallagher is
he
such a
fits.
Simeone player.
He fits. Like Gallagher and DePaul. Can you think of a more Simeone like midfield?
Just so hateable. It's
You know
like
what I'm
Pepe and
saying?
Ramos back in the day in their prime.
It's the best analogy. It's Pepe and
Yeah.
Ramos in midfield. Hopefully Mbappe gets off the mark soon, or else the pressure is gonna start piling up on him. I gotta say, as a Madrid fan and watching their games, his lack of goals hasn't entirely been on him. I think Vinicius is kind of in shit. I'm not sure the
I feel
balance
like the
is
boys
quite
like each
there.
other, but they don't know how to play with each other. That's how I feel like.
Yeah, and I'm sure they can figure it out. It's just that Madrid is not a club that affords you a lot of time to figure things out.
Yeah,
So I don't doubt that they can. It's just how fast they can do that. It'll have a direct effect on like the team's performance and like the mood, the atmosphere around the club in the stadium and so on. I don't doubt that Mbappe will come good. He scored in the Super Cup. It's only a matter of time before he bags in the Liga. I think Valverde will sneakily benefit from this because teams are like double teaming Mbappe, Vinicius. Rodrigo is like drifting over there as well, which kind of messes up the balance of the team sometimes. And it affords Valverde some space if he can like make late runs into the box. But yeah, it's the squad in itself is exciting. They just don't look that exciting on the pitch right now. They look almost devoid of ideas sometimes. But
Bellingham's so important, man.
yeah, I think he's a big miss. It's night and day when he doesn't play, which is crazy the influence that he's established in such a short period. I think they'll come good. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
It's just that, like I said, it's not a very patient club, not a patient fan base. But if there's a manager that can get what he wants out of so many players of that caliber, it's probably Ancelotti. Yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah. Anyway, man, hopefully some good football tomorrow. Um, United mopping up Liverpool at Old Trafford and so on.
Yeah,
Mbappe bags his first La Liga goal, and all is good.
that was good. That was good. All right, well, take care, man.
Yeah, take it easy, man. Until next time.